Hello everyone, Zetherius here. Welcome back to another Dungeon Defenders video. This one's going to be a little different than the other ones. This one's not a build guide or anything. This is just me showing my stats so you guys can kind of get an idea of the stats that I have when I'm doing these build videos, as well as something I'll be doing in the future. I'm kind of working on a set of builders with just Transcendent gear, so they'll have lower and maybe more realistic stats for people trying to look up builds on YouTube and build along with those. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my characters. So first one I have is going to be my Damage Auras Monk. I really don't use this character much anymore, but here we go. 3118, 6794, 3467, and 3273. Nothing special, mostly all just capping old gear. Got an event weapon, diamond, stuff like that. Next we have my Traptress, I guess. This is more damage as opposed into range. This character kind of gets neglected, as you can see by like the level 1 accessories and stuff, but that's okay. It's got about almost 3,000 on health, 5757 damage, 2438 radius, and 2526 for the trap reset speed. Again, nothing special, just a mixture of Supreme and Ultimate gear. Like I said, this character doesn't really get used all that much, at least not by me. So, next is my Series EV. This one is spec'd into damage, I believe. So we have 4168 for health, 6969, nice, for damage, 1509 for the shock beam stun time, and then 2090 for the reset and damage rate. Again, nothing special here, just your typical capping or almost capping ult gear, and then this little bit higher ult plus gear. Next we have my damage summoner, which I used to use a lot and is probably the most like color coordinated hero I have, but probably the least used now. But they have 2677 in health, 6851 in damage, 1962 in range, and 2377 in rate and speed. Next we have my apprentice, which is used probably the most and probably needs some improvement on the sides, but we have 2311 for health, 7004 for damage, just barely hitting that 7000 mark. Like I said, I need to work on some sides some more. These two are looking solid. You have 3328 for range and then 3351 for rate. I would like to get the rate up some more. Definitely, mainly rate and then maybe some health a little bit, but mainly just that rate stat up to maybe like 3500 plus. So to do that, I'll probably have to find some, like these for example have like no rate whatsoever. Those kind of do. These are the only like okay ones, and they have no health either, so maybe we can find something. Next is one of my characters that, like I said, is neglected a lot. You can tell by them being level 90. It's my Countess. Nothing special here either. 2458 for health, 5882 for damage, 2549 for range, and 3070 for the rate. Nothing special here. Again, still have trans gloves on her, but the rest of it being ult, which a lot of it doesn't even cap. This was gear I kind of just bought and threw on her just to not have transcendent gear on her, but again, not used much. Next we have my range monk named Nice for obvious reasons. So we have 3200 health, about 3000 damage, 6969 again in radius, and 2088 in rate. Sorry if there's any background noise, there's a party going down underneath me. Next is probably one of the coolest looking in my opinion. This is my HP summoner, which is used pretty much anytime I have to do summoner builds now. I have 7482 in minion health, 3356 in damage, 1225 in range, and 3326 in rate. Again, nothing special here, just some ult and ult plus, so it's capping ult and then a little bit over with ult plus, 908 and 910, diamond, and a tot. Now, like I said, I've been working on some Transcendent armor heroes that hopefully I can use in the future, but I'll give you just a brief kind of overview of them. So first we've got this, my initiate with Transcendent gear. Like I said, I'm missing some accessories and also some mythicals, but 1986, 3815, 2212, and 2040. Next for the traps, this one is the newest that I just got done, but again missing some accessories as well. 1899, 2643, 4137, and 1577. Next is my apprentice. Have 2445, 4151, 1470, and 3285. Next, the EV. We have 3467, 4441, 2333, and 1450. Next is the Transcendent Summoner. We have 3709, 2211, 1538, and 2391. Again, like I said, I'm missing accessories on these characters, so I can't see their stats changing too much, maybe by within 500, if that, depending on the accessories. Because, I mean, you could technically add about, 1260 if you get 3 capping Transcendent gear, because it caps at 420 without the boost, and then 559 obviously with armor. So that could add about 1300 to that. So you could see 5000 if I found 3 capped stats, or accessories, but I highly doubt it. Last is the Transcendent Countess. I also see this character getting used literally the least, since like I said, mine is used the least, and these are Transcendent heroes. No axe except a shield, but we have 1500, 3764, 1601, and 2827. Again, we need to get some better accessories to get this character up and going. But other than that, that is about it for all my heroes. The rest of them are kind of just DPS. These are all DPS. I guess I can show them off as well. Here's my DPS monk. Have 6357 in damage, and then 2643 in boost. Not the best, not the worst. I would like to have some more boost in the future, so hopefully I can find some better. Next is my upgrade jester. Have 6321 in rate, and then the hard cap of 3726 in the wheel. Rocking Guy's Last Gift, the event weapon, and then a Mischief Maker, just as a stat stick, honestly, because it has 600 casting and then 756 in the wheel, which was a main part of getting this wheel so high, even though I still had to use some hero points. The rest I could just throw into here. Next is my DPS Jester. So we have 6721 for damage and 2284 for wheel. Not the best, not the worst. This one is kind of like a color coordinate, and that's why this cat only being 171. I mean, sure, you kind of want a cat at least up in like the 204 or 5 plus. This one is just to match the colors, like I said, because this is like the first main color coordinated character that I have. The next is my, Barbarian, that is not used much, called Project, because my name on here used to be Microsoft. You might be able to see that by now, but like OneNote, Whiteboard, Windows, stuff like that. But nothing major. Have 3566 in health, 5619 in damage, and about 3100 in Hawk Stance. This gives him a pretty decent amount of health, about 903,000, which is pretty beefy. And then next we have Big Strong, which is my DPS Squire, kind of just for fun. This guy used to have about 1,000,000 HP, but I've done some changes that's dropped it a little bit. So we're walking at about 2731, then 5145, and then this one I tried to focus more on spin, but still having some blood rage as well, so you're running about 2100 blood rage, but you have that 2881 circular slice to do the little exploit with the double swing. So you can see it says 18.5 million twice instead of just the once. Next is Alt F4, which is my Mana Bomber. So with mana bombers, the only thing that really matters is your mana bomb stat. So obviously you want to get it as high as possible, and you can just use gear that solely focuses on that. Give you a little quick damage overview of how much it does. I think it's about 67 million. Yep, about 67.5 million with 66, 62, and the ability to. Next is my Tower Boost Monk. He is running about 6,600 in the Tower Boost stat. I actually would have a little bit higher, but because I wanted to get this accessory set bonus, I am running a little bit lower, like I had a capping hat and close to gauntlets, especially the gauntlets. I lost about 100, but I think I had a cap that capped at 500, so I lost 30 there and then like 100 there, but get the cool accessory bonus, which I really like. Finally is my DPS EV. I've got 5362 in damage and then 4278 in the blast. I will probably change it. The numbers were kind of just random as I leveled, but you kind of want to keep that 5 to 4 damage to beam ratio to get the max damage. And then obviously I need to get a better Ember Scepter. This one's only 53k. Some people are getting up in the mid to high 60s, which would be really nice. But even with that 53k scepter, we're doing 11.3 million per tick, which is substantial. And then when you combine that with the hero boost, you're doing a pretty decent amount. But yeah, I believe that's all for my heroes. This one's just kind of a random one I have. This one's just like my shop character with cursed gear. And this is one of my boost summoners, so basically all that matters there is resistances and HP, and then maybe a little flash heal. And then a second boost summoner, again same thing, HP and flash heal. So I hope this video kind of cleared up some stuff for you guys. I know there's some people asking about stats and thinking, can I do these builds with my stats? If you have a question about any build that I post now or in the future, feel free to just leave a comment and I can test the build. Like I said, with my trans characters I showed you, they're anywhere from about 3.5 to 4k in their respective stats, and I'll be more than happy to run that and see how it goes, because I'm always willing to help everybody out. And I know some people, like I said, if they're looking at videos, they may not have the 7k in stats, probably not, but again, like I said, these lower characters were made to help out with that. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope it kind of cleared up some information on what stats I was running, and I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time. Bye for now.